Hey everyone, John with Lead Capture IO. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to embed your lead capture form right into your Unbounce landing page. I'll also show you how to get your lead form to pop up with the click of a button if you're looking for a click pop-up, and how to maximize the loading speed of your form once it's embedded into your Unbounce page. Now, to start, I'll jump into Unbounce, and you'll see that I have this section here, and this is where I'm going to add the form. So to add the form, you just have to copy a couple of lines of code right into Unbounce. So what we'll do here is we'll just go down to the custom HTML block and we'll paste it into this section. Then I'm going to jump back into Lead Capture IO and we'll go to Publish. Now the prerequisite here is to make sure that your form is set up. You want to have all of your steps connected, and definitely make sure you have an entry step set. You also will need to make sure that if you go to Settings, Form Mode, that your form mode is set to either All or Embedded. In this case, it's set to Embedded. Now let's jump back to the Publish section. We're going to copy 2 lines of code and add them into Unbounce. The first is the pixel script. Now this pixel script is basically what gets the form to work and communicate back with our systems over at Lead Capture IO. The other thing to note about the pixel script is each form has a unique token. This token here that I just highlighted is unique to this form. If you have another form that you're looking to embed on a different Unbounce page, then that form will have a completely different token. If you were to embed this entire script onto the Unbounce page and come back in and regenerate the code so it has a new token, then you would need to take this regenerated code and add it into the Unbounce page. Basically, what you have in Unbounce should always match what's in Lead Capture IO. So just copy this token, go back into your Unbounce page, and paste it right into the code block. Now nothing's going to appear yet because this is what communicates back with the platform. We just need this code added first. Alternatively, you can also add the code into the JavaScript section in the header section of your page. But to keep things simple, I'm just going to add it right into the page. Now the next thing that we need is to add the embed code. So if you just go to step 2, we'll go to embed lead form, and I'm going to copy this line of code here, div id lead forms embed code. So I'll copy this, I'll jump back into Unbounce and paste it below. Now, this line of code is saying here's where the form should appear. Well, this line of code is just getting the whole thing to work. I'll click Save Code, and now I'm just going to take this box and just drag it to fit the entire container. And I'm also going to make sure that this is set up on mobile. If you run into any issues where it's not working on mobile, then you'll just need to come in and make sure that all of your code is on the mobile version as well. So it's both on desktop and mobile. I'll save, republish, and now let's check out our page. So just like that, the form loaded, and here it is on the page. Now let's say you would like the form to load even faster. Well, what you could do is you can come back into Lead Capture IO and go to Publish, and then go down to Advanced Options and go to Raw Code. Expand this and click Generate Raw Code. So when you generate the raw code, what this is going to do is it's going to generate an even larger code block that contains all of the attributes of the form to help speed up the loading process. It should make the loading process near instant. The only downside to using the raw code version is anytime you update something within your form, such as this text up here or the next text, or like a CTA or a color or a setting, you need to regenerate the raw code and add it back into the page. So I'll click Generate Raw Code. Now we're constantly working on optimizing the form speed, so you shouldn't really need to use the raw code at this point, but sometimes it's still helpful. And we'll just add it right into the page. So it's added here. So here we have our script to make the whole thing work. We have the embed code, and this is where the form should be placed, where it should appear. Then we have our raw code below it. Click Save, republish, and then let's just refresh the page, and you'll see how fast it loads. There's almost no delay. So that's the benefit of using the raw code. Now let's cover how to open up the form with the click of a button in the event that you would like to use a click pop. So to do this, what you'll do is we'll just move this down here, and we'll actually have the embedded form and a click pop work at the same time, just to show you that both are possible. I'm going to grab a button and drag it into the page, and I'll just make the CTA say, click here. Next, let's jump back into Lead Capture IO. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to form mode, and we're going to set the mode to either all or pop-up. Now in this case, since I want the form to be embedded as well, I'm going to set it to all. Now one of the unique things about Lead Capture IO is you can have the same form be both embedded and set to pop-up, so that way you don't have to manage multiple forms. So we have this set to the all setting, and now what we need to do is go to publish. Step 2, choose behavior options, trigger with button click. And all we need to do is grab this class here, leadforms-trigger-el. So we'll copy this, we'll go back to our button inside of Unbounce, and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom to the custom class section, and we'll just paste that class in. And there's just one more step. We're going to go up to the URL, and we're just going to set the URL to be a hash sign. Click Save, republish, and now we'll refresh the page. And just like that, the form opens with the click of a button. If you would also like the form to open up as someone is leaving, for example, using exit intent, you could just go to settings, and you'll see that there are some pop-up behavior options here. You can set a time pop-up, an exit intent pop-up, or you can even use our onsite message to get the form to pop up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen to help increase engagement, which then helps increase conversions to help you ultimately capture more leads. Now that's all there is to it. All you have to do is copy a couple of lines of code right into your Unbounce page. And just like that, you should have the power of interactive forms right in Unbounce. If you run into any issues or need any help along the way, please reach out to us at support@leadcapture.io.